So it's all about the users. Doesn't matter if you're talking about Sofi or YouTube or any other consumer platform. The truth is in the members and users. I don't care what the stock is doing today or tomorrow. As long as they're attracting new users and delivering on their products and services, I will continue to back the company. But if I see that the user growth have slowed, or if they are not very actively responding to the complaints and their customer service is going down, then I will start trimming my position. So in this video, we'll do just that. We'll look at few things that will give us these stats about Sofi, and then we'll talk about the stock price and some support and resistance. So get ready, because by the end of this video, you are going to get the info that no one is talking about. And while the stock market is beating down on fintechs and so many other sectors, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So let's begin. Let me show you the app download stats for Sofi, and then let me take you back to September of 2021. So this is the data from sensortower.com, and you can go and pull this up yourself. So this data right here is for iOS for September 2021, and we see here about 80K downloads. Yes, you can see. Okay, so as you can see, we have about 80K downloads in September of 2021. Then let's move on to October of 2021, and we see about 100K downloads in October of 2021. Again, the same rating, we have B-, we have B- over here, and as you can see, we have some negative reviews on the app, and we have some negative reviews on the app. Now, you ready for this? Let's take a look at what November did for Sofi. This is November. Check this out. In iOS alone, they had 200K downloads of the app. Their rating improved from B- to B right here. Of course, they had a lot of negative reviews sometime, I think in beginning of November, when we had this huge download. That's expected. When new people come in, they have a lot of complaints because they probably didn't like some of the features or some of the things which we will talk about as well in this video. So in October, they had 100K downloads. In November, they have 200K downloads. Now, Sofi has been very actively doing their marketing campaign. So this kind of resulted in doubling their app growth. What's going to happen as we get into holiday season? The app will continue to go up, and it'll be interesting to see what the data is for December, which we are going to get in January. So double the user growth from a month before, which was October. Really, really exciting. Another thing is their B- rating, which was B- since I start tracking this, September, then October, changed to B, which is again a good sign. So if user doubled and if their app rating went from B- to B, this is a good sign. Now let's take a look at Android for a second here. So in October, I actually started to track Android in October. So we have about 100K downloads in October of 2021 for Android app for Sofi. Then over here, we still have 100K downloads for Android app and still have the same rating. So Android didn't change, but App Store, or I would say Apple, went double from 100K to 200K in just 1 month. So understand this, the users are growing, the products are growing, and their rating is growing. These are all good things, and they're focused on expanding to Latin America and Asia, where cash is still very much the king. So I think they have a huge market in front of them, and if they play their cards right, they can really penetrate and take majority of the market share in these areas. Now, these are all good things, but no company is perfect, and so is Sofi. And as investors, we need to look at everything. So one thing I would like to point out that in their customer reviews, I noticed a lot of complaints about their app being too busy and people are not able to navigate easily. I feel as they get bigger and offer more products, they really need to pay attention to this. Digital money, well, is only as good as the experience, and it's critical for them to make sure that the user experience is fluid so users stay longer and indulge longer. That's the #1 complaint I saw on the App Store, that the app is too busy and they cannot find things. So if you are a Sofi user, then please comment below what are your top complaints, because it'll be interesting to kind of compare what people are usually not liking about Sofi app. Now let's pay attention to some market condition. So the next week will be pivotal in terms of how 2021 will end. We still have analysts who are calling for a Santa rally at the end of 2021. Now, if that really does happen, but our favorite stocks does not move, then what will happen in 2022? So here's what I think, and my opinion only, of course. The long-lasting sell-off that we have seen was quick and dirty. It kind of moved a lot of people out of the stocks, honestly, that they should not be playing with. And now when the recovery will happen, we will see a lot of money coming into the stock that has strong fundamentals and huge growth opportunity in the long term. So companies like Sofi that are still affordable will see an influx of new money when we will have that rally. Again, my opinion only. So now let's look at the chart and talk about some support and resistance. So this is the chart from last 1 year that I have actually put it over here. And as you know that I do not change these lines, this is drawn in my chart. I only update the pricing, of course, that we see over here. Now, when I took the screenshot, of course, we were in the 15s, and then we see the sell-off towards the end of the day, which was really, I would say, scary to see the stock the way it was dropping. But I did buy 2,000 more shares at $15. I had a $15 buy off on 2,000 shares, so I did buy 2,000 more shares of Sofi at 15 level. If it drops more next week, I will add more to my either options or stock depending on what kind of cash I have available, because again, I'm looking forward to play more stocks next week because I think next week will be really important for 2022. So I think the RSI is still sitting at low. I'm gonna move it here. So the RSI is still pretty attractive if you look at the 1 year chart. But of course, I'll wait for next week to see if it dips below, and then if it dips below and if I see that the volume is picking up, that means now people are buying as Fed is speaking or as the news coming out about the market. So I'll be more interested in seeing where the stock goes on Monday and Tuesday, not so much on Wednesday, because we have seen in the past that when the big news day happens or when Fed will come out and announce maybe on Wednesday, the market may react or go totally opposite, and I might feel that okay, I missed the opportunity. Again, no one can time the market. That's why 15 to me is a good price. I put a buy order for 2,000 shares and I bought at 15. Again, it could drop to 1450, 1480. Sure, absolutely. That's not out of the question. But it's not going to change my long-term belief or long-term support for the company, because I still think Sofi is an amazing company and this is an amazing price. $14.50, $14, 15, doesn't really matter. In that range, it's a great price for me personally. I will link my top 4 stocks for 2022 video over here. I did not mention Sofi in there as that is already in my list, but mentioned few which I will be opening a position in some of them, of course, next week. Hope I was able to provide you some value, and if you like the video, then click on the like button. Consider subscribing so you don't miss out on future videos. And for one-on-one conversation, consider joining our Discord. Links are in the description below. As always, an absolute pleasure to share all of this with you. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.